Hi everybody and welcome along. Right, so bit of an update. The reason why my videos have not been so forthcoming of late is because a few issues that I had before. I may have touched on them briefly in the past, and that is the fact that this room is smaller and it was too big to use a DSLR with the tripod, and I've tried other flimsy small things that I can fit on the bench, but it wasn't really working for me. So I did my last video with the camera that you're watching now. It's quite an old camera. It's a Galaxy S5 or 5S, whichever. And the problem I was having with that, it was, at the time, it seemed to be incompatible with doing anything on iMovie on the iPad. Now, the problem I was having with it as well was when I used Sony Platinum Suite, getting the configuration right to get the best settings for editing and rendering at 60p. It was a nightmare getting the exact settings without sound dropping out or frame rate issues or anything like that. So what happened in the end, once I got the template, it was all right, but the actual render time itself was horrendous, and the upload time for the last 30-minute video that I had was 27 hours. Yeah, that's right, 27 hours. And that was down to the fact that I had just your standard broadband, which was, excuse me, it was something like, let's results. Right, if you look there, you can see that before I had Sky Fibre, that was what I was getting, and there was your problem, was my upload speeds. Yeah, there you go, not even a megabit per second. Then the other day, I say the other day, 8th of May, anyway, these were my new download and upload speeds. So we had 33 the other day, we had 33 megabits per second download and nearly 10 upload, but I had it up to 12 on my phone, I saw. So anyway, and the reason why things are going to change for the better for me is because of this. Now, this editing suite that I'm going to start using, I have used, and you'll be what you're going to watch from now on and currently, is LumaFusion. LumaFusion is a really cool and powerful editing tool for your iPad. This is obviously an iPad Pro 12.9 inch and with the latest version of iOS, and it runs as smooth as butter. It really does. You can well, you don't render, but you can edit anything up to 4K at 60 frames a second on an iPad. That's amazing. And it gobbles 1080p at 60 frames up, no problem at all. Now, render times, well, there isn't really a render time as such. How it works is, once you've done this is a little thing that you've already seen at the start of the vid. So this is a little intro. About 10-20 minutes to do. Now what we'd do then is we'd import that as a movie, and we take it to the photos, and it's at this point you can set the resolution, and see it goes up to 4K, 60 frames a second, standard video quality. Take it right up to extreme. I don't know what it's saying, 12 megabits per second. Oh, that's because I've altered it there. 1080p, that's the one. 60 frames per second, 50 megabits per second, MP4, and you just send it. And as you're sending it over, it's sort of a render, and it takes no time at all. Look at that. I know it's only a short clip, but if that was done on Sony Vegas on my laptop, I'll be probably still doing it about 11 o'clock tonight, just rendering it out and making sure it's right. But that really works, and then all your videos are in your photos library. So there it is, and it's that simple. So I also had some footage from the other day. My wife, my daughter and myself, we went up to just up the road, around the corner from where we live, Hollybush Garden Centre, and I wanted to just go in there and film some of the marine fish that was there, because they're vibrant and bright and they're colourful. And I've had the footage for a while, and it was the grail for me to edit something on the iPad. You can put it straight on there. So what you do with LumaFusion is you would upload whatever you've got to your sources, like your Dropbox. Currently I'm using Google Drive, because you get 15 gigabytes or megabytes, gig. Either way, you get a more free than you do Dropbox, and I can spread it around a bit. I can delete stuff, so I'm not actually going to pay for a subscription service, but it's more convenient for me. It's not as convenient as sticking the card reader, which incidentally I've got, into the side and plugging it in. It works for my DSLR, and it'll work for my friend's camera and this and the other, but just doesn't work with Samsung for whatever reason. I've tried renaming the files, going on forums, and basically this is as good as it's going to get for the Samsung, which I'm not complaining about. But this would not have been possible if it weren't for me upgrading to broadband, up to fibre. So hopefully you're going to get more frequent videos, better quality videos, a bit more life in them. And yeah, so what I'll do now, I'll show you can have a look at that footage that I shot in Olibus Garden Centre. It's just some fish. It's completely unrelated to what I do. It's just that I wanted to use this time as a test and to show you how easy this app is. So if there's anybody out there with an iPad, quite a new one I'd say, get yourself over to Luma Touch. I did have to pay for it. It is £20, but you do get a Luma clip thrown in as well. But you can do 3 tracks of audio, 3 tracks of video. You can do all types of stuff. It's nothing more than I wasn't already doing with the Sony Vegas. So for me, it's just perfect. It's convenience. If I shoot something, I can upload it there and then, and download it back onto the iPad, and away I go. And I'm really happy with it. So for now, bye bye. I'll see you soon, and enjoy the video.